Special investigation. It's the story of a woman who had everyone convinced she was Madonna. Now, when we first heard about the claimed imposter, we thought it might make an interesting feature story. But as Diane Diamond reports, it turns out this was a scam with serious consequences.
Is it true that you claim to be Madonna? Please talk to us.
Believe it or not, this woman says she's Madonna. She's convinced people from London, San Francisco, and right here in Northampton, Massachusetts, that she is none other than the material girl herself. You may say, what's the big deal? Well, it is a very big deal to the people who run this children's charity in San Francisco. They say the Madonna imposter promised them $1 million, and without the money, they may now have to shut down.
Come on, there's a lot of people who want to know the truth. Why don't you set the record straight? Here's your chance. Come on, please.
Bodybuilder Kevin Landry says he met the mysterious woman about 10 months ago. He met her through a man named Alan Kramer, who used to be a DJ here at Anthony's Pub. Alan, who you see here, brought her into the dark club one night and said Madonna needed to hire a local bodyguard. She said she was watching several of her sister's children, and she claimed to be hiding out in Massachusetts because she was pregnant. Kevin agreed to hire on as a bodyguard when he heard there'd be a contract, and here it is. It's signed with Madonna's real name, Madonna Chacon, and it even has the real Madonna's company name at the top, Maverick Entertainment. Kevin's date book shows the demand of the woman. Some nights he had to stay over, was made to sleep in a chair at the front door in case Sean Penn stormed in. It got to be too much, he says, so Kevin suggested hiring his two best friends, twin brother bodybuilders Dave and Dean Liptak. What did she promise to pay you?
$400 an hour. An hour, right? While we were on tour with her. While we were on tour, right? We were getting $100 an hour now while we were in training. And then while we were on tour, it'd be $400 an hour. It'd be non-stop, 24 hours a day. Right. We would rotate the three of us. Right.
In the light of day, it seems incredible that this woman would be mistaken for Madonna. But as the bodyguards say, you'd have to see her in action. You'd have to hear her stories to realize just how absolutely convincing she is. All the children, again said to be her sister's kids, called her Mo, short for Madonna.
Once you put your hand in play.
Why, she even had the same capped tooth as seen in the erotica video. Funny, though, when this Madonna was asked, she would never sing.
Can you just tell me how you got so many people to work for you and think that you were Madonna and you never paid them a cent? How did that work? How did you get them to do that?
She had plaques on the wall up in her room that says, like, from the AIDS foundations, all kinds of stuff like that, to Madonna for helping us, all kinds of plaques on the walls and trophies and stuff like that, and prescription bottles.
With the name?
With Madonna Chacon on it. Everything was right down.
And you even saw a driver's license with that?
A driver's license, Massachusetts driver's license.
Well, what makes you think that she's still Madonna?
This man was also duped. Tim Coleman is a documentary filmmaker from London. Mutual friends introduced him to this Madonna over the telephone, and for weeks they traded ideas for a Truth or Dare Part 2. He thought it could be the break of a lifetime. Imagine, he could have the only pictures of a pregnant Madonna. He scraped together $40,000 and came to America with his camera crew.
The crew were waiting outside and said, look, it's not Madonna. And I said, no, it's got to be Madonna, it's got to be Madonna. You made a mistake, And I said, no, unfortunately, it wasn't Madonna. So after about an hour of calming down, I realized that I'd been had.
There were all sorts of uncanny coincidences. For example, when this Madonna confided to her bodyguards that she was pregnant, they didn't believe her at first. They were always looking for some sort of clue to prove that she was a fake. But then, lo and behold, about 2 weeks later, the national media began to report that the material girl might indeed be pregnant. Why, David Letterman even did a top 10 list on why Madonna would make a great mom.
And if pictures of her ever cropped up, say this one of Madonna at a Lakers game, well, the bodyguards say she nicely explained it away that was her double, appearing for her to keep the fans happy.
There's some crazy lady, off-the-wall baddie lady, but she's good to the kids, and she always talks about how she wants to be a motherly image now since she's pregnant. So she doesn't want to dress like her craziness was before, you know.
She was trying to change her image.
She's trying to change her image, right? And that's why that's why I fell for it.
And in keeping with that new image, they say, she dreamed up this, an MTV project called Carathon. Kevin says he mailed out dozens of letters to charities across the country asking for donations.
There's an allegation that you were trying to get donations from charities. Did you ever get any money?
Like Jerry Lewis telethon type thing. It's supposed to be around the clock, 24 hours a day. And it was supposed to be from comedians to rock and roll to country music. Everybody that basically sings or whatever was supposed to be on this show.
To raise money for what?
To raise money to solve the world deficit.
Whether she actually got any donations to Carathon is unclear. MTV says they never heard of it.
I was told that prior to impersonating Madonna, she had attempted to impersonate Meryl Streep. But this was only for a short period of time, because the differences between her and Madonna are significant. The difference between her and Meryl Streep are enormous. So I'm sure that she wasn't that successful and just packed it in and then started on Madonna.
Hardcopy discovered that the woman's real name is, are you ready for this? Marie Lamour. No kidding. And remember all those kids, the ones she claimed were Madonna's sisters? Well, all 7 of them are hers. When Hardcopy started to ask questions, county officials moved in and took the children away, saying they believe Marie Lamour may have psychological problems. By the way, she is not pregnant.
Are you looking at me through this peephole here? Come on. I look harmless. Come on out. Talk to me.
She never did, and now Hardcopy has learned the bodyguards, the filmmaker, and those children are not the only victims of this fake Madonna.
The self-aggrandizing schemes of this Madonna wannabe reached all the way here to San Francisco. This is a children's charity center here. They help psychiatrically needy kids. They'd been struggling to stay open until they received this incredible letter. It promised a $1 million donation, and right at the bottom of the letter, Madonna's signature. Well, the folks who run this center now realize they are not going to get a big donation from a superstar. They say now they may have to close their doors.
As for these guys, well, none ever got a penny in wages promised. For months, they believed the fake Madonna when she said an IRS audit had her money temporarily tied up.
Kind of embarrassing, though.
I think we all feel relieved that we know for sure now.
Yeah.
These bodybuilder bodyguards say they'll get over it, but that children's center, they're still waiting for a miracle.
It's an incredible story, Diane. Has the imposter been charged with anything?
Well, they did move in and take her children away, but as far as criminal charges, absolutely nothing has happened.